guys, here we are. What week did we just get in? Four was over.
We just finished 4.
Just finished 4. It's a quarter of the season's already over. Bye weeks are starting and everything.
It's going too quick. It's going too quick.
We got our games of the week we're going to give you here in our recap.
Yep.
So this week we picked the Bills and the Bengals.
Yep.
The 49ers and the Eagles.
Woo.
And again, these teams have been featured in our game of the week before.
They were back in week 2, and then week 3, and now they're colliding in week 4.
Against each other, and they got another game of the week. Lions and the Boys.
Great game.
So let's go ahead and get started.
Alright. So, first game this week was the Brett's Bills, versus the Bungles. And for once, they weren't so bungly.
Yeah, but at first it started out, I mean, the Bills were 17-3 at halftime. Like, they blew that. I don't know how you messed that up against the Bengals. Like, you've gone out, you beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real team to beat. You got it done. You closed. How don't you close against the Bengals? What happened?
I think it might have to do with could be the best future quarterback wide receiver combos coming up in Andy not talked about enough Dalton and AJ Green, yet again not talked about enough because they're both in Cincinnati. Andy Dalton, really good quarterback in my mind for a rookie. He gets overshadowed by Cam Newton. I mean, it's going to happen. Cam Newton throws for 400 yards a game. But I mean, 50% he threw for this game. 298 yards, touchdown. AJ Green, 118 yards.
I mean, yeah, 50%. That's not great. I mean, that's pretty bad. But at the end of the game, if you look, he's clutch. He's completing passes. He's scrambling. He's picking up first downs.
And he's doing it.
Nugent nails 43-yard field goal.
And he's doing it all while being a redhead.
Yeah, this is true. So
one of the reasons scouts were saying not to draft him was because he was a redhead.
He was a redhead, and they didn't think he could be assertive enough. That's real. You can look that up.
Watch Mel Kiper talk about that. It's really, I don't get it.
It's real. It's strange.
What's haircut?
But Bills lose on a field goal. I mean, I guess welcome to karma, Bills. You're beating everybody by a field goal at the last second.
I called this. This is it. This is when they go down to be the worst team in the NFL. This is when it collapses.
All right. Well, we're gonna find out.
Ryan Fitzpatrick puts 27 up next week.
Yeah, yes. Just because. See, you were picking against the Bills. Everyone was hating on the Bills, and then once they started to get attention, they were like, "Hey, maybe we are great." And then you played the Bengals, didn't try, and now you lost.
One of those mystery subscribers is Ryan Fitzpatrick. He sees me talk crap. He got a big head because I was gloating for him now, and now I crap the bed.
Right. So the next game we got is another team that has crapped all over their season so far. The Dream Team. 49ers and the Eagles.
Dream Team? More like the nightmare team right now. I don't know what is going on in Philadelphia.
Eagles come out and they're gunning, Vic's passing, he's scrambling, everything looks great, up 20-3.
Whoa! Looking great? He almost put up 500 yards combined.
At the end of the game when it was all said and done.
416 passing. He's Mike Vick. When's he throw for 416?
But sadly, his 500 yards couldn't compete with the real quarterback, my boy, Alex Smith. QB rating of 112 in this game. Threw for 291 yards. Gore punches it in for the tying touchdown. And guess who ended Philadelphia? David I kick for acres and acres. Puts away the extra point. Niners go up. Game.
And I'm hoping there's no Philadelphia fans really truly bashing David Akers for this. I mean, David Akers put years and blood and sweat and tears into Philadelphia. So, I mean, and I don't know why they released him. He's still clutch.
I love it.
But I agree.
I mean, it was only an extra point, but I love it.
It's still 1 point.
Loved it.
Still a win. 49ers. Congrats.
Loved it. And Vernon Davis, your boy, had a touchdown in the game.
Maryland, baby, for the turtle.
Yeah.
Hell in a show. I love it.
So what's our next game? The game of the week. The big game.
Game of the week. Dallas Cowboys at home. At home, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. Versus Detroit. We will win if we are at least down by 20 at the half Lions.
Now I'm going to go ahead and blow everyone's minds.
Blow it.
The Detroit Lions are a conspiracy. The Detroit Lions come out. They come out every game and they're like, "Oh, Detroit Lions, incomplete passes, no ground game." They go into the locker room and they're like, "Hey guys,
wanna go play some ball?"
let's stop screwing around with them. Let's go out." And then they go out and they look unstoppable.
That
Tony Romo looked unstoppable in the first half. He had 2 touchdown passes in the first half. And
they were I mean, the Lions were down by 24 going into the third.
27-3 in the third, they were down. And then Tony Romo forgot which people to throw the ball to.
I think he saw the blue and the white and he got confused.
He got picked off twice. That got run back for touchdowns.
One of them was by a guy who was in his own wedding. That's
Right.
kind of insulting.
And the saddest part was Dallas is leading by a field goal, and Tony Romo throws another pick.
3.
And
3!
And when you throw a pick with less than 5 minutes to go, and you give the ball to Matt Stafford,
And you're going to put him in the red zone.
Matt Stafford has this one guy.
I don't know if you people ever heard of him. You might have. What's his name?
He is our player of the week, and the story of the game. He is Megatron.
Megatron. Can anyone... I can't get enough of this guy. I don't think anyone can get enough of Calvin Johnson. The dude blows my mind.
He's
8
something
catches,
special.
96 yards with 2 touchdowns. One of them being the game-winning, and then
Right.
the other one in
Both came in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Both came in the fourth quarter.
And the one, Matt Stafford hikes the ball. He's like, who am I going to throw to? Oh, wait a minute. I see Calvin Johnson standing there with 4 defenders on him. What do?
What do you do? Well, see, what you do is a normal quarterback sees that and he's like, yeah, I shouldn't throw that. But Calvin Johnson is waving his huge 8-foot-long arm in the sky, and Matt Stafford's like, I gotta throw it to
He doesn't
him.
do like a throw. He doesn't do like a bullet. He throws this
straight
thing
up into the air.
And everyone's like, ooh, ah. And everyone's going, ooh and ah. Calvin Johnson
the
jumps
defenders,
80
the
feet.
defenders are all standing there waiting for the ball to get close enough that they can make a play on it. By the time it gets close enough for them to make a play on it, Calvin Johnson has already caught it, landed, and started his celebration.
Yeah.
It was insane.
He's a freak of nature.
And I'm going to go ahead and throw out another mind blower. I think that this year's MVP is going to be a wide receiver.
Really.
You like Wes Welker to win it.
He's the nominee. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with my theory. I know it's not very predictable. I still say Tom Brady. It's not like it's a big dark horse. It's gonna be Tom Brady.
Yeah, but Wes Welker on a team of Tom Brady spreads the ball around.
This is true.
Wes Welker dominates that offense.
This is true.
Calvin Johnson dominates everything. I think one of them deserves the MVP.
We walked into the season discussing about how great the Detroit Lions defense
could have been, and
was
their
going to
defense
be.
was, and here Calvin Johnson is
like
taking over the headlines.
By the end of the season,
And Dominican who?
Yeah,
No, Calvin Johnson.
Megatron.
Yeah.
He'll go down as better. Mad next year. He will be 99 overall.
He will be in the 99 club.
Andre Johnson
Will be
falls to
96.
98. I'll see if he stay at 98.
96.
We'll see.
Roddy White falls to a 90 because he can't. Nobody does anything on the Falcons. I'm tired of them. Started rooting for the.
It was a
Lions.
crazy week. It was a crazy week. I mean, what can you say?
We're gonna go ahead and get into our predictions next. So
Yeah.
So stick around for
Talk
that.
some more
This was-
football.
This is our recap. We'll have I'll try to come up with a clever Megatron picture for the end of.
We try to talk
this one.
about more sports, but NBA
We did.
really
We wanted to get into baseball. We wanted to do a baseball episode.
Yeah.
But we had some schedule conflicts.
schedule conflicts.
But Detroit won. Go Detroit.
Detroit beat the Yankees just
That
about
was amazing.
about 10 minutes ago. I was very pumped up. So, we got Rangers beating Tampa Bay. Tomorrow night we got Cardinals versus
We got the Brewers.
Philadelphia.
Brewers blowing huge series leads.
And then 2 Game 5s tomorrow. Winners go on against each other. So
And
that's what
hockey
happens.
started. I mean, if we had time, we would love to talk about all these things. After football season, we'll probably try to vary
a
it
lot
up.
more
and
in depth. Got big UFC fight Saturday. Maybe we'll talk about
we'll
that.
probably do some UFC stuff
See how that
too.
goes. So
But-
we'll see. It's all pending, folks. I think we can all get it in. We can try to get as much as we can.
see what we can do. We got another toss up then tonight too.
Yeah,
so
this one's This one's
a
gonna
good
have
one.
you all talking
I
about
stole this one, and I'll explain it later, but I stole this one.
This one's gonna have everyone talking about the water cooler.
This one's a good one.
Network. Everyone's gonna have them talking about this one.
So stick around, guys.
All right, take it easy.